All right, guys, don't forget about Underdog Wireline, man. I'm doing a quick shout out for these guys. You know, they've been sponsoring us since day one almost, man. So it's a great guys, great company. You know, if you need a logged, perfed, you know, they do completion, open hole. They got they got drop guns, man. They got lay down machines. They got all kinds of stuff, dude. So check them out. Don't forget, I'm gonna put the number up right here. Look them up, man. They're great people. They know how to get it done. I worked with them personally out here, you know, especially on the wireline side. So I know exactly what they're doing. Their hands are out there helping out. So I've said it before. I'll say it again, man. Hit them up. They're the best out here. Give them a shout out, dude. Also, we got Collide, man. Collide.io, man. They're doing great stuff. It's a great oil and gas community you can get onto. You can ask questions, get questions answered. You can speak people, meet people. It's a great little community you can get into. You can also have like a Collide GPT where you can ask questions and an AI platform will try to answer it back, man. They give you great answers you can use. Also, they have a great YouTube-like platform that you can use. And you can search up any type of video that's oil and gas based and you can get all kinds of stuff. So if you need like a refresher, you're going out to a job, man. You don't know sometimes. Maybe you got a couple of things in your head running. Well, now you can get it. You can watch it. You can learn it. And then you can also walk to the country, man, with some confidence, man. So check them out. It's a great platform. It's Collide.io. It's free. Sign up now.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boyz back again. We got a special guest today, man. We'll let Ricky introduce.
Yep. Oh, yeah. It's my barber, man, my buddy, man. You know, we've been friends for a while. He's been coming here for like a year. It's Andrew Medina. Y'all probably seen him downtown, man, walking by Pi Social, maybe running miles out there, you know. So he's out there knocking it out, man, you know. But I appreciate you coming in, man, and doing all that stuff, Andrew.
Absolutely, absolutely. Appreciate you, man. I know we were talking about it just a little bit ago. It's kind of late, and you're one of the barbers that has that, you know, later time schedule. I know I've gone to you before, and it's funny because I brought my barber here, and me and Ricky were talking about it because Ricky's like, yeah, you know, I'm gonna bring my barber, and I was like, yeah, bring him over here, and I got cut by you when my barber had taken off to Dallas. Okay. And I remember I had talked to you about it because I was basically in the search again. You know what I'm saying? I was just getting cut by different people, and I happened to get cut by you, which fantastic haircut and everything. But my barber happened to come back. His situation changed, came back, and I just went right back to where I was going, right? But nah, man, you got some skills for sure, and your name is a name that everyone's hearing a lot in the community, right? As far as us, like your name's getting passed around a lot, like not in a bad way, but in a good way, right? Like, and so do you like for like getting your name out there, what do you use the most? Is that what it is? Word of mouth, that's your bread and butter? Or is it the new age style social media platform type deal? Or how do you see it? How do you get your name out the best?
I think right now, I think that word of mouth has always been the most effective, just natural source, I feel like. But yeah, social media is played a big factor, especially right now, 2025. I mean, I'm 35, so I'm adjusting to, I feel like transitioning with understanding the you know, the social media life, you know, it's like 2025, bro. Like these kids this is a new world.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I took on the industry like fully, I feel like 3 years ago, I kind of had to like adjust to how I was going to market and learn that. But for starters, I did, you know, the main thing, and I feel like it still is the most effective, is that word of mouth, right? Yeah. Hey, who cut your hair and this and that. And it just triggers that one person. And
and that's how I got through in our group, right? You know, our other homeboy Fabian, obviously, he hit us up and he's like, hey, man, you gotta try Andrew out, bro. He's cold. I like, shit, all right, cool. You know, we're always up for trying, you know, new barbers and stuff like that. And that's how it gets around to us because we're the same age, right? I'm 36 and Rick too, right? He's 35. Or you 36 already, Rick?
I'll turn 36 later this month.
All right, it's all right. I don't want to add that year to you, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Minute, you know?
But yeah, that's how we do it too. You know what I'm saying? And for us, it's kind of a culture shock too. Even when we started the podcast, it was like, shit, man, it's powerful. If you know how to work social media, it's a powerful fucking tool, right? So I'm always curious about that. It's the same shit that I asked like my barber, like, hey, what's the best way? And for him, like everybody uses Booksy and shit now. Do you use Booksy too?
Oh right, absolutely,
yeah. You like Booksy?
Man, I love it. Yeah.
It's fucking Booksy's crazy, bro.
Yeah.
And that's what I was using at the time. Well, of course, Fabian's the one that put me onto you, but I was using Booksy at the time when I was looking for a barber, and it was like fucking Russian roulette in that motherfucker, bro. I was just fucking going in on names and shit, and going to Kofers, and then fucking going. I had a guy in Odessa. I was like, man, his pictures look pretty fucking sick. Let me see what's up. But yeah, man, and finally my barber came back, which, you know, everybody who knows, you know, I'm sure you have those people that are like, fuck out. If you're fucking gone for 6 months or whatever, I'm gonna be suffering until you get back. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you got that loyal clientele. So just to kind of get the people like eased into you and your story. So what's your story? How'd you get started in barbering? And here, where from did you get to Midland, right? So if you're where you from? How did you get to Midland? How did you get to the place you are now?
Okay. Man, first, I mean, thank you for the opportunity to come here tonight and just talk about that. I think for me, I just turned 35 too.
Oh,
so you
nice.
say you're gonna turn 36?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. I turned 36 February 23rd.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Hell yeah.
You're the youngest motherfucker in the room, bro.
I know, right?
Taking advantage.
There you go, man.
Yeah.
Man, you know, this year's been this birthday has been real crucial for me. I feel like I've been reflecting a lot too on everything because we ain't getting any younger, man, for sure.
Yeah.
And so, man, how I got to Midland is just wild. You know, I'm from El Paso. Been locked up, you know, all my 20s. I came out here 6-7 years ago, and it was a real promising, you know, old field.
Yeah.
You know, my brother was trying to get me to come down here because, you know, I got out to Houston, and the truth is, I developed in jail, and I didn't. That's all I knew. I didn't really, you know, not to use it as an excuse, but I got out and my mentality was still very childish.
Gotcha.
I'm out there drinking, wilding out.
Yeah.
And, you know, my brother's like, man, you need to come down here. You need to come down here, please. You're going to get in trouble. So, yeah, I ended up coming down here. And old Phil, he hooks me up. I'm getting paid like at that time. To me, it was like $20 an hour is pretty good money, bro. Like
riches, bro.
You know, Paso, you know, I was making $8.25 as a high school student at a produce market, and so you know, I come out here, I'm making that money, and man, it's just at that time I hadn't understood me and drinking. You know, drinking had always been a big problem for me, and so I started getting in trouble down here, and honestly, I got into some serious trouble to where I was looking at potential time again. And I dodged a few bullets, man, here in Midland, you know, by the grace of God. And really by the grace of God, I had got into some trouble, got out of it. And at that point, I had started realizing it was, you know, like I said, 5-6 years ago, that, man, you know, this drinking thing is taking a toll on my life, bro. Yeah. It had a huge effect on the choices I made when I went to prison, went to jail. And, you know, at this point, I'm starting to realize, like, I dodged a bullet here because of drinking in Midland. And I was like, you know what? I think it's time to stop. And sure enough, I did. And things ended up looking, like, real good. And I fell into my first marriage. And, man, things were pretty solid. And, you know, just to be honest with you, like at that I had a life-changing thing within that marriage at the very beginning because I drank again. So I had been sober for a little bit, and it's just, to me, you know, drinking, it always held me in the same place, bro, for me. Yeah. And so here it goes again with the laws. I got into some more trouble. Now this was a thing that would set the tone for the next 4 years, which is pretty much the last 4 or 5 years. I got into some trouble because of drinking, and this time it wasn't no slap on the wrist. This is I'm looking at some time, bro. Like they ain't playing with me. I've been down. They're looking at my record, and I'm looking at some. I'm gone, bro. If they would have gave me that time, I mean, I might as well just wrap it up, you know. Fuck. And you know what's crazy is that's what that situation actually drew me the closest I had ever been to God. I'm in the most hopeless place of my life, staying at my suegra's, with my wife, and you know, when she's baby on the way, man, I'm looking like I'm in last place, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'll just be honest with you. And you know, I caught this case, and under all the stress, I kept drinking. And it wasn't until a few months into that case, it was December, COVID had just hit, about 2020, if I'm correct, or 2019, December, right? And sometime after that, I had caught this case, and I found myself in this really low place, man, and I'm drinking. I'll just, you know, be honest with you, drinking myself to death, bro. And it's just a very scary thing to say, because to some people and to me, it's took control of me like that. You know, my mentality was just, I feel like I have like an addictive personality.
Yeah.
Right? Like he says, like now, but I just ran a marathon in October.
Yeah.
Like this is stuff that in my mind, it's just, I go hard all the way.
Yeah.
And so, you know, with alcohol and drugs, it had always been like that. And, you know, at that time when I had got a hold of drinking in 2020, I'm going through this case. I'm already in trouble. Look, plain and simple, I'm already in trouble. I'm drinking. I think the paramedics that got called out. And man, it's the craziest thing. And I just say it so truthfully. Like, the cops get there, 7 white cops, bro. You know, like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I'm used to cops, man, you know, they're going to pull up. They already see a Mexican doing, you know, I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I'm not in a good situation. And these 7 cops, bro, I've never met anything like that in my life. Like, they're pouring into me. It's the Midland Police Department, too. And I just, right now, where I'm at, like, I have none but respect for them, because the way I've always viewed life, man, is like, it's life for life. If you can really put yourself out there for someone to realize that, or they do it for you, and you don't appreciate that, come on.
Yeah.
And for a cop, not just one cop, 2, 3, 4, 5, to try and be in that position to not send me to jail, send me to the hospital.
Yeah.
You know, it was big. So I ended up going to the hospital, bro. I ended up going to the hospital. They're pumping fluids into my body. Very, very ugly situation. This was the craziest part. This is when I started to realize my whole life I've been like, God, like, show me something.
Yeah.
Like, just like normal, right? I'm sitting on this bed looking like, excuse my language, like shit. Like I said, at that time, girl's pregnant. I took on the other 3 children. They're about to be fatherless all over again. I'm the next one to fail her, right? And then I'm just going back into my own repetitive self, drinking, in and out of prison, jail, all that. And so I'm on this bed in the hospital here in Midland, and it's crazy. I was so depressed, bro. You know, I look over, and I'm just staring at the wall, and this nurse walks in, bro. This is crazy. I ain't talked about this in a long time. She walks in, and she's like, Andrew Medina. She's, I'm gonna tell you something. It's a yes or a no. She said it's a yes or a no. She's like, I want you to know something too. She's like, I don't work for this hospital. She said, I work for God.
Damn, that's deep, dude.
Bro,
Powerful, bro.
I'm sitting there like, I'm in last place, bro. I'm in last place. Like, I got out. I'm supposed to be doing this, nope. I'm just same old Drew. Drinking, ain't handling business. And so I'm on this bed. I'll never forget that. She's like, I don't work for God. I mean, I don't work for the hospital. I work for God. Do you want help? Yes or no? But I felt like in her attitude, she's like, you say no, I'm gonna walk out.
Yeah.
And I told her yes. She's like, okay. She came back. So I got you the help that you need. They had took me to this rehab out here. And it was like a 30-day program. I never saw that nurse again. I can barely remember her face. I try so hard to remember her face because it's so crazy. It's so, like, in this world, you don't see people stand firm on their faith, especially like in a job like that. For her to go in, and I don't work for this hospital, I work for God. So, long story short, I never seen her again. And I go to this rehab. I'm supposed to be there 30 days. I stayed there 7 days. Man, they got my body back in normal. Like, I was drinking that bad. Matter of fact, I got to the hospital, and the nurse was like, "You're about 2 hours away from dying. Full dehydration.
Shit.
Your organs were gonna shut down." So I'm in recovering in this rehab. I'm going to these classes, and the classes really ain't hitting me, man. It's just myself knowing that, bro. Like, I'm what, 29 at the time. Like, come on, man. Like, this is not just all over again, man. That humiliation that I have to face.
Yeah.
And it's tough. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, this is hard. And I think the 7th day, man, it's crazy. Like, I had caught my charge.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
So, and I can be open about it too, because I've dealt with it accordingly and everything. It was actually my third DWI, bro.
Man.
And I tell people close to me, like, because I would like for them to learn, like, it doesn't embarrass me now. But man, like, they're sending people to prison for life for that now.
Yeah.
I got blessed in my situation, but I'm sitting in this rehab, bro. Like, I'm already in trouble looking at a potential for sure. I have no money. I'm not making money. Like, I was cutting hair, and I'll talk about how I got back into cutting hair.
Yeah.
Why it is that I got back into cutting hair. So I'm facing this prison sentence. I'm in rehab. I'm at the lowest of the lowest, bro. And on that 7th day, I went out to this big old yard by myself, and I was just like, God, is it even possible to keep trying? Like, really?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how. Like, I'm broken. Like, I finally fucked up that bad.
Yeah.
And man, it's crazy. I'll never forget that day. I felt this, what people might call, I felt this warm feeling just come down on me, and I wept, and I was like, I understood alcohol for the first time, like I never had before, and what it's done to my life, and drugs too. Yeah. Which was every time that I took those substances, and I chose to, from the very beginning of me being 15, 16 years old, it steered me off the course that was destined for me, even if it was just a little bit. Yeah. Just one drink would change the course of my life for that night. Yeah. And put me in a whole different situation, maybe jail, maybe new friends, or whatever, girls, whatever it may have been. And it led me down into different places in life. And it was so weird. Like, I'm getting this understanding of, like, I felt like God was telling me, like, it's just hindered your life. Like, like, it's no good for you. And man, I was bawling because I realized I had wasted just so much time. Because I mean, it's just what it is, bro. Like, I don't use it as an excuse, but my parents went through the same divorce thing, and I went through the rebellion thing and whatnot. But hey, at the end of the day, for me, alcohol was it killed my life, bro. Yeah. Yeah. And I really respect people that can drink and can take a drink, put it down, and I really do. But for some of us, for me, like, shit, if I feel like going hard, I'm just gonna go hard, and you ain't gonna stop me, bro. Like, I'm drinking. Nah, yeah. You told me you wanted to drink. Like, we gonna drink.
Yeah, and there definitely is those two sides of the coin. Yeah, like, it is that way.
Eventually, people are like, hey, don't bring. Yeah. Okay,
that guy gets crazy, man.
He wilding out, bro. Like, nah. But
that's wild, man.
So back to that. I'm in this yard rehab center. Man, I broke down, and I was just so hurt that I wasted so much time. I mean, I've already gone through. I had 2 kids in El Paso, man. That thank God right now I got blessed with 4 here that I take care of. I love, man. I'm there. I'm their father.
They're the blessing, man.
And you know, it's things that you realize when you get older. It's like, man, I shouldn't have had kids and whatnot. But I'm like, man, I'm realizing for the first time, like, I hurt myself with this liquor, with this drink, and it's my fault, of course. And now I'm in this position, God, and man, you know what's crazy? Like, I felt that for a few minutes. I got up, I went and told, I had called my girl, and I told her, come get me. Everybody was wilding, like my family, like, come on, bro, you're gonna come out, get out. And I got out, and baby was coming. I called my lawyer. The lawyer was like, they jumped your bond. It went from $50,000 to $100,000.
Shit.
I didn't have the money, bro. I was like, dang, God. Like, that's when I first started realizing, like, you know, I'm gonna trust you, and then things get harder. And you know what's crazy is I didn't have no choice. Bro, I got out that rehab center that day. I remember smoking my last cigarette. I smoked my last cigarette and I threw it away, and I got on the phone, they picked me up. I got out and just life got hard, bro. Life got hard. I think that was 2020, the beginning of 2020, about around May-ish, and life was never the same, bro. I went through the trials of trying to fight that case, and I stayed sober all the way. And man, you know, regardless what happened in between that, I'll get to what it is that got me into barbering. I was so tight on this warrant because it's $100,000 warrant. I've been in trouble before. I've been in worse where I knew you know, how the cops would be looking for me, and
Yeah.
but then at the same time, I knew I couldn't take any risks. It's a pretty big warrant. Eventually, who knows? That kid, you know, a task can come down here to Midland, Texas, and want to
Collect.
you know, pick up and do a roundup, and it'll be that easy. I'd be up on that list for sure.
Yeah.
Man, I'm doing for 2 years. I'm laying low.
Yeah.
I want to by a whole different name. My girl would be like, "Oh my gosh, like, you tripping?" And you know, man, it's so crazy. Like, I lived like that, bro, for almost 2 years. I went to Odessa, and this is how I started cutting. I was like, I ain't gonna use my social for anything.
Yeah.
Nothing, bro. Nothing. Like,
Eagle
they
eye,
ain't
eagle
gonna
eye
get me.
status.
I'm
done. Yeah.
hiding. Man, we went grocery shopping in Odessa. We did everything in Odessa. Like, so I started cutting hair out there, and I started off at this little shop. And so how I started cutting hair, honestly, I was like, I feel like I was a pretty boy in high school, you know, just wanted to keep my hair all nice and neat and the eyebrows. And then eventually I started messing with my hair. It didn't get nothing to anything big, right? But when I got to jail and I started learning, well, you know, I'm not going to be here for 2 months. I'm actually going to be here for a few years. I started seeing them cut hair in there, and I was like, hey, I think I could take this on.
Yeah.
Well, that's, you know, I ended up taking it on, bro. And then I realized, like, I'm actually pretty cold. You know, like, I became a prison barber, you know, which is like, okay. But man, in there, like, it's, you know, I was cutting hair, and it's how I ate. I got people ready for visits and whatever, you know. And it's kind of like the same. I feel like the fundamentals are the same. Of course, the tools are different. But man, this, like, I was pretty cold with the tools that we used in there. And it was just very limited tools. It was a razor. We broke it down, put it on the comb. And then we just went to fading. You know, that skill, that craft, it just stuck with me. So when I was out here, I tested it a few times here and there, had clippers, and then when things hit the fan with the situation, then I was like, you know what? I have to cut. Let me start cutting, and that's how I started. I went to Odessa, and you know, I just, at this time, I'm not drinking, bro. My focus is so intense, like it is right now. You know, like I haven't drank and for, of course, you know, I'll be honest with you, in those 4 years I went through a storm last year, and that's all I can say. And it lasted about a month.
Yeah.
And in 4 years, man, and I'm coming up on that, and man, that's been such an altering thing. It's like God just giving me something that I'm still reflecting on. It was a very disappointing time, and I think now I'm realizing as a man, like it's something that I've learned from, and something that I did not enjoy. And regardless of that, you know, what I mean by focus is at that time, I'm like right now, man, it's been a year since that storm, and I've been like mentally like,
Yeah.
I know what I want, I know what I don't want. I don't want to drink. I don't need that. I want to take care of my business. I'm focused. And so this focus that comes with me from not drinking, man, it just amplified my ability to move as a barber in Odessa. Throughout the trials, the hardships that were around, I'm cutting under a whole different name.
Yeah.
Bro, like I made a book, see, under a whole,
Yeah. That's just wild,
which is
man.
crazy because I, you know, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And it's so sad, man. I remember, now that I'm thinking about that, the worst part was, of course, the vehicles I drove weren't under my name. You know, everything, I would use the car that I had registered under my wife's name. And, you know, it's like, I remember I changed my tail lights, front, rear, the bulbs, headlights every 4 months, 3 months, even though I didn't have to, because, you know, I knew if one of them goes out,
Shit better not be
they're
the
gonna,
reason, right?
they're gonna put that could be the reason.
Yeah.
Insurance can be good, registration's good.
Yeah.
You do a wrong turn or one of your lights, brake lights is out, you're done. They're gonna pull you over.
You're driving Miss Daisy in that
Right.
motherfucker. That's
And
what it
You weren't
is,
taking
man.
no chances,
Bro,
then, right?
I didn't take
Fuck yeah.
no chances, man.
Yeah.
And I remember this around the second year that I'm doing this, like in 2022, Christmas had passed by. I'm cutting. I remember a state trooper had got behind me, and I'm getting close to the shop, and he was on me. He was on me, bro. I'm doing this, and I had been going through this. Cops get on me, and that, man, I remember that year. I'm not gonna lie. He passed me. He was on me for so long that I pulled over and I broke down.
Just that
Damn.
Bro,
fucking.
I'm waiting. At this time, I'm doing, bro. I've utilized every tool possible to be a good barber.
Yeah.
And that's all I wanted to be, because that's paying the bills. That's what's getting me to take care of my kids, prepare, which is at that time my current wife, ready in case I go to prison. She's good.
Yeah.
My kids are good. And this was a reality of my life. Like I have to leave them something, bro.
Yeah.
And so I get that day that the trooper was on me, I finally had enough. And I remember crying out to God. I was like, I had racked up, you know, I had saved up so much money. I hired a new lawyer from Lubbock. He was a trial lawyer. And they're like, man, hire him. He'll fight. And it still didn't bring no reassurance, because I knew I've been through the system, bro. Like I know,
Yeah.
if I go down, like I'm gonna stay in there for a while.
Yeah.
You know, people get it so twisted with, you go to prison, you think you're gonna make parole. Like, that's a lie.
And it gets kind of hard for y'all. I mean, once you get out, like you got to deal with all the fees and the appointments and the stuff like that. Like my brother had to deal with that.
It's hard to. So it's the same thing everybody says. You free, but you ain't free.
Yeah.
You ain't free until you're totally free. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like my brother's locked up right now in Beaumont Federal Prison, and he's trying to get in contact with ICE, bro. Hey everybody, Patch Boys here. We want to do this quick short so we can provide some information about our new sponsors, Underdog Wireline. You can see I'm wearing their merch here. So I just want to tell you a few things that they provide. Of course, they're in Wireline. In Wireline, they provide pump down, logging, pipe recovery services, and as well production work. And some of the other stuff that they provide, they have emergency shower trailers and cool down trailers for rent. At the end of this, we're going to put their contact information. They believe in us, we believe in them, and I think we're a match made in heaven. We appreciate all the support, and we hope that you support Underdog Wireline as well. Thank you guys. Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boys here with some more exciting news. So we got a little partnership going with Colin McClellan, also known as Frack Slap. You guys know him from the podcast. And, of course, the people from the industry know him as the Roughneck from West Texas, doing big things, right? So He's got a new app coming out. It's called the Collide app. It's a community-based app for oil and gas industry. It's a public forum basically where you can go join in conversations with other people that are like-minded or have like jobs in the oil business or different jobs, right? It also has a YouTube like platform where you can search videos and learn about anything in the oil field. It features AI. You can also ask direct questions to and get a direct answer really quick. Man, and if you're looking for a job, Collide Jobs is there to help, man. This is an all-inclusive app, fantastic for the oil and gas industry. I hope you guys can join the Patch Boys there. Thank you.
All right, guys, I'm out here in the field, man. I just want to do a quick shout out for Bess. You know, they've been out here sponsoring us too. They're great guys, man. And I just want you to think about it whenever you need something done. You know, you need a hot shot, you need some sandblasting, you need welding, man. You need roustabout, you need all kinds of stuff. These guys will do it, man. You know, they're great guys. They've been sponsoring us since day one. They're great people that do a great service, and they have a great attitude, man. So, you know, don't forget them. Check them out. Look them up and put the up number right here. Give them a shout out, guys. I appreciate it.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Patch Boys here, showing the new merch drop from Tejas Hustle, man. Man, they got amazing hats. They just gave us a plethora of hats to show off. We got some corduroy hats, nice and soft, light as a feather. Some trucker hats, man, that you're used to wearing out in the patch. Looking amazing. We got some hunting gear. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah,
Little orange love right there. And this hat that we're wearing right now, which Ricky's going to gush over in just a few seconds, man. We appreciate it. We appreciate Texas Hustle for hooking us up, man, making us look good.
Oh, yeah, man. You know, we love it, man. We appreciate all the support. Like he said, I'm loving this hat, bro. This hat right here, look, man, it looks good on both of us, bro. And we got two different types of heads. So
yeah,
check them out, man. And, you know, these guys support us. If you're looking for any shirts, you're looking for any decals, you're looking for any cowboy gear, something, man, check them out at TejasHatco.com. Look at their links on the bottom of our description on the episodes, and you can be able to get them. So support them like you support us. If you love us, you love the Permian Basin, you love the oil and gas industry, you love this local thing we got going, check them out, man, because they're doing great stuff, and we appreciate their support.
Shop local, and don't forget, keep on hustling, baby.
There you go.
He's like, because my brothers, they took away his residency when he got locked up. So when they took his residency away, and now with everything that was going on now, he's like, shit, I'm reaching out the eyes. I'm telling him, yo, sit my ass back, bro. Like, fuck this shit. Like, yeah, in Mexico, I'm free, bro. And right. Like, fuck this shit. So yeah, it's the truth, man. It's the truth. You free, but you ain't free, man. You're gonna come out here, and the responsibility is immediate as soon as you fucking leave. You know what I mean? It's not. There ain't no be happy and have fun and none of that shit. You know what I mean? And you have a family, so I can imagine in that moment. I put myself in that moment, like the fucking worry of not just feeding your family for the immediate fucking time frame. You're thinking fucking years.
Yeah.
So it's wild, like,
man.
And that's heavy to bear. And you know, I'm gonna let you continue, but yeah, just my thoughts on what I was thinking about. Listen to you, but go ahead.
Yeah, and you're right. That I mean, I had already understood, right? Like I'm in some deep trouble. I know the system. I know that this is not something that they're gonna take lightly. And I remember calling my girl and I was like, I was broke. She's like, what's wrong? I was like, I'm tired of this. You know, I just wanted to be over, and I messed up, and I've been flying straight, and that's what's crazy. You know, I drew so close to God, and you know, just as a man, I feel like it was stressful. I'm trying to go home to my family every night. I was at that shop every morning. Yeah. I'd pull up at 7:30. I'd leave at 9.
Damn, all day.
I need to make money, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Like this is it. This was, you know, and it just, I think everything in general, you know. It was, a matter of fact, it was the day before Christmas. And, you know, because I just remember, like, man, life was so perfect, you know, even though I'm facing this charge because, one, we have God. It's like, it's hard, but when I was like, I had God in my life, bro, it had like so much, it was so much easier.
Yeah.
But then there's a reality hanging over him. It's like a closet. Right, you open it. No, I got something I got to deal with.
Yeah,
and this is gonna come. This isn't gonna just go away.
Yeah,
you know, $100,000 warrant.
Yeah.
Like I'm about to face it sooner or later. And so yeah, that was that, man. And I carried on. I kept cutting, and that situation with that cop getting behind me, it ended up finally breaking me, because I always felt like that every time they would. And so throughout that 2 years, I'm cutting, I'm utilizing all the tools that I can, and like I said, I got so much focus that I'm rapidly increasing my skills, because I'm not the best. I don't look at it like that. I feel like even right now as a barber, I have so much room for improvement.
Yeah.
And I try to always look at it like that. I feel like I'm really good in some areas, and then I feel like right now at this point, I'm not gonna lie to you, this year I feel like I'm gonna be taking on some things that are gonna just enhance my skills. You know what I mean? Cool. But at that time, I'm taking this on like if it's my actual first barber job. I'm a barber, like stepping out into this barber scene under a fake name. like bro, like but it's so crazy. It's just I'm cutting and I'm focused, and I'm getting better at it, and I'm building on it, and I'm building on something, and then everything's just going good, and I was so thankful that I took that cutting hair in jail so seriously. Like I did it for 5 years, bro.
Yeah.
And it paid off.
I think
big
so,
time.
man. I mean, you're good, dude.
Yeah, it's wild. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. I sit there like I'm cutting here, like bro, like and this is the biggest thing. Like, right? I tell you, I'll be honest. I went through that storm last year, and it's a lot that I've learned, man. Mainly in my relationship with my marriage, and then as a father, and still just being 35 in general as a man. It's taught me a lot. And one thing that's been so crazy is my appreciation for life, because that storm was so heavy, bro. Like nobody realizes. I just say it like that. It was a storm, and I found myself in this just ugly place. And with the life learning experience that I gained from it, it was just, it's almost like I was able to look at the devil again. Like every time he had to see me low drinking, and it was just one of those times where, because of that storm, I was able to see something so ugly in life. And I bounced back from that, bro. And I was able to retain my life, what I was able to build throughout those tough 2-3 years of me fighting that case. And I look at it now, and it's like I sit there and I'm cutting, and I go out there and I'll go get my coffee at La Leyenda, bro. Like he put me on that. That La Leyenda, hey man, that's my spot. Like, and I walk in there, and it's just like, it's so bougie, bro. It's like, bro, like,
but if it's good, it's good. Hey, shit, what you gonna do?
It's good coffee, though,
it's great coffee, man. And then not only that, just being out here in the front of Midland, man, and like I walk out and like, damn, downtown, bro, like. This is such a huge blessing, versus when I'll sit here, like lately, the last few weeks, man, like I said, I just turned 35, and I've been reflecting on a lot of things, and I'm like, man, I'm doing the same thing I did 9 years ago when I was in prison, but right now I have almost everything that I would want, right? I don't want too crazy things like a mansion and stuff. I got my kids, they're fed. I got the clothes I want. I can buy them the clothes that they want. Yeah. It's the little things, bro. And it's like, I'm sitting here. I'm not using a comb and a razor. I'm just doing now. I'm using actual tools. I'm getting known as a barber, and it's a beautiful thing, man, to just be able to have that. But throughout. I feel like I got sidetracked.
No, man, shit, it's good. I mean,
you do it your way.
That's what it's all about. I love you talking about how those experiences, man, because I think one thing about my man over here was like, we can, like, I got my hair cut by him every 2 weeks, and this guy helps me out a lot, because sometimes I'm like coming in off a job or something. But one thing about me and him is that we can talk about the scripture about God, and it's like no big deal, man. And that's one key about, I like going to him a lot, man, because we can talk like regular people, but then we can also bring in the scripture, and it's good, man.
It's very important, man. It's very important. That's the type of relationship that you build with a barber. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, I've said it before whenever we did the episode with Raymond. I said it before, like, men, like when you talk to a woman, like men don't go to therapy, man. We go to our barber, you know what I'm saying? It's and just to have a conversation. And this is kind of that same setting, like we feel safe saying whatever the fuck we want here, and we know like here, like we can talk about whatever we want to each other, and even though everybody else is gonna listen to it, it still feels relieving. Like I really don't give two shits about what other people are gonna really say or think. I care that they're listening. I care about the comments. I care about that. But if it's something like about me personally or a belief or anything like that, like I really don't care, because like if I'm talking to Ricky, he's really cool about it. Like, he's cool about it if I got something going on, or he actually gives a fuck, you know what I mean? And that's the same space that I live in. Like with Raymond, we were talking today. I went, and it's been like a fucking month or something like that, and I went to my barber, and I'm talking to him, and we're just fucking going at it about the fucking Super Bowl and all this shit. Like, like nothing got left off. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about everything. He's painting a Virgin Mary. You know, he's doing his rosaries, and we're talking about all that and God and the whole stuff. So it's funny that you say that. Yeah. Because it reminded me about today, because I did just the exact same shit with Raymond. Yeah. We were just sitting there talking about it, man. So yeah, that's badass, man. And I like hearing the evolution of people, man. It's that shit is more powerful for me personally. Now everybody has their way of hearing the word and hearing, you know, God's strength given to somebody, or the Holy Spirit, you know, hitting somebody differently or whatever. But, you know, hearing somebody preach about it is a little bit different than hearing somebody a testimonial, right? Yeah, that's true. That is like, for me personally, that's my favorite way to see God's work. When I hear a testimonial about somebody who felt that way, and we know exactly what you're talking about because we've personally had instances like that where it affected us. We weren't in the best place either, or something was going wrong in our lives or with our families or with whatever, and you feel just a little bit of encouragement. Like that's what I felt anyway. Yep. Just an encouragement when you said you felt something, just comfort, right? A little bit of comfort, a little bit of relief, a little bit. It's so crazy, and a lot of the stuff that you're talking about, like those are the miracles that a lot of people expect the miracle to be something. Hey, let me change your life overnight. No, it's not that. But a miracle is you stepping into the storm that you're talking about a year ago and seeing your way out of it. And back to where you were. That's a miracle, bro. Really it's a miracle. It's the small things, like you said, being able to provide the stuff for your children. To me, that's a miracle. That's a miracle. In the world that we live in, nothing's guaranteed. Nothing. Not life, not any. Well, taxes might be it. But we don't know yet. Our boy's working on that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But and we'll get into that a little bit later, because another question for someone who works in the service industry and everything. But right now, on the topic of God, like, it's really uplifting to hear someone's testimonial and to hear someone who went through something low and came up high. And man, it's very interesting and great to hear, man. And I appreciate you sharing it, man.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you, man. And the way you look at it too, like you just, because some people they would look at it like, oh man, he's kind of leaving me high and dry. Why is he doing this to me? But at the end of the day, it's a long road, and what he's doing is teaching you a lesson that you're looking back at now, and you're like, hey, you know, man, I really messed up, but now I know where I'm going. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing about repentance, right? Like you sin, but then you're not just going this way. You're going to go this way now. Like, hey, I'm not going to keep going down this road. I'm going to drive to something else.
And that's powerful.
Yeah, that's awesome, man.
It's powerful, bro. You know? And God will show you He could touch you at any moment. It's crazy, but that's the truth. In your lowest, He could touch you. In your highest, He could touch you. He'll show you that he could be in your life at any moment. And it's crazy in those moments. We always look at the moments like where we're, you know, in our lowest, and God, that's where we see God. But throughout your story, you, in your low moments, you felt God there for you. And then in the high moments, it's the same thing. You feel blessed. You feel, that's badass. That's badass to hear that described, because so many people describe only the lows, but you got to give God His due in the highs too, because He's there. He's there. It's not like He left and came back only when you're down and low. Nah, man, he's there, and even now when you're at your peak and you're doing all these great things, like, I know he's there, just riding your side.
You know, I knew it'd be good to have you on, man, but I was nervous because I was like, dude, I don't want nobody to know about this guy, man.
Yeah, nah.
You know what I mean? Like,
His name's already out. Right?
It's not like, I know for sure, but it's like, you know, his books,
like crazy.
His books, he's hard sometimes. I'm like, man, fuck. I look at him like, all right, I got a 12 o'clock there. And like, then I look and it's fucking gone. I'm like, damn, dude, like, you know. But no, man, Andrew, you're great, man. I appreciate it, man. It's cool, like the way you talk, and you know, and a lot of people don't know, but you're dedicated, man. And then you run miles, dude. I mean, this guy ran how many miles did you run in El Paso, dude? Like 50 miles or some shit, or it was crazy.
I went and I did my first marathon in October. It was October, my first marathon. So yeah,
that's crazy, man.
How many miles was it?
It was 26.2.
Nonstop, bro. Nonstop, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
How long did it take you again? I can't remember, but I know
it took me right around 4 hours, about 3 hours 50 minutes. Which was. I had to take a 2-minute stops because of the restroom.
Yeah.
But it was just I learned. I've been learning a lot from the running. It's something that I took on about 2 years ago, barely, and it's helped me out a lot. That marathon was actually dedicated to my grandma. She passed in August of last year.
Rest in peace.
Yes, sir. Thank you. And man, so yeah, it's funny because he's like, bro, some of my clients are like, was that you running out there on the highway 80? And I'm like, yeah. I had so many people. It's so funny, bro. People will pull over like, you need a ride? You need, like, can a tatted old Mexican just run through the neighborhood, you know?
Bro, West Texas, bro, like running free like that is crazy, man. Because you do that anywhere else, right? In Austin, Dallas, these places,
right?
You're straight, like nobody looks. But over here, man, yeah, for sure. Hey, get a bike, bro. It's easier, you know what I'm saying?
That's crazy though, man. How you run, you know, like, so I know you started cutting hair, right? You said you did it in prison, right?
Right.
So let me ask you something. How much would it cost me to get a haircut if I was in there with you? Like, was it a couple? How does that work, man? Like, exactly. And I'm curious. I know a lot of people are kind of curious.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Right. So very simple form of pay is just usually the standard pay is 2 ramen noodle soups, which is about $1 now. I don't know. Prices may have changed, but it's right around. A soup is 50 cents, 40. No, you know what? I'm sorry. A soup is back then was 35 cents, and it's the little square ones.
Yeah.
Right. And they used to be 25 cents, and then I went back. Like they getting taxed in there too. Like I went back, then they were 35 cents. Who knows? It might be taxes, like 50 cents for one soup right now. I don't know, but it was 2 soups, 35 cents. So you're paying around 70 cents for a haircut.
Yeah. Oh, damn, that's cheap, man.
Yeah.
Right. 70 cents for a haircut, and so honestly, and I've been procrastinating on it. I want to get somebody to sit down. I had like 4 clients that have been down there, like, do a comb and razor on me. And you know what? Like, honestly, like, I'll kill a comb and razor, bro. Yeah. Like, that's one, I will kill a comb and razor. That's something like, I will kill a comb and razor, but it's just sitting them down and doing it. And the process is actually fairly easy. You know, like I said, we have a standard shaving razor that's issued about, you get like one every 2 days or one every other day. And then you get these little combs on commissary, just little flat combs, about 4 inches long. And you break it down, you open the razor, and that razor has a 4 little holes on it where it's held in place on that bracket for the razor, and you simply just pull it off and you attach it to the comb. And the sturdiness of that comb and those holes will create such a strong like pull on the blade that blade chops. It's like cutting your hair, and what you're doing is you're fading in and you're fading out as you pull up, so it's fading the hair itself with the comb.
That's fucking badass, bro.
Damn. Yeah. I didn't even know that, dude.
That's badass, bro.
Yeah. I mean, because you do all kinds of haircuts, right? I mean, like, you do tapers and all that stuff. Like,
right now,
and I don't know all of it, but so you did all that in there too, right? You can do all those styles, or what? Or is it
mainly fades?
Honestly, yes, you can. You can do almost pretty much any style. I did some pretty modern haircuts. What I think I should call modern now, like frohawks. When I was in there, I did standard taper, fade, and then guys that had long hair, comb over. Those were a lot difficult though, because we don't have scissors, and
Yeah.
you know, you had to really try and, you know, work with the razor to chop their hair down. But there was a way to do it. But man, yeah, honestly, you know, it was about 70 cents a haircut. 2 soups is what you normally pay. And years before, like I'm talking about 20 years, stamps were extremely valuable. So it was just like a stamp for a haircut.
Wow.
Yeah, because I mean, stamps are
They're like $1.05 or something a piece, right? Or some
I
shit
think
like
a stamp's like 50 cents.
Okay.
Yeah, a stamp's like 50 cents. But now, of course, right now, I mean,
Who knows? Yeah, I haven't used a stamp in God knows how long.
Yeah, same here, man.
Yeah.
That's wild though, man. I was kind of curious about that part because I know you said you had learned from there, and you know, and I know now you're pretty busy, dude. I mean, you see your stuff online. It's just you're always cutting. I mean, what's your favorite type of haircut you like to cut now? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
What's your bread and butter?
There you go. How about that?
Bread and butter.
man, I enjoy a taper, a mid taper, high taper. It's just it's easy. Not that it's easy. It's just you got to really know how to create that stretch and blend it right. You know, I feel like there's an art. There's an art to every. And my bread and butter would be like those type of tapers.
Yeah.
I like doing mid fades too, of course, and those are typical haircuts that I would wear. You know, honestly. So
Yeah, cool. And we gotta ask because every barber hits his spot. We gotta ask the fucking tacuache haircut. You get down or what?
They ain't my bread and butter, bro. I'll just be real with you. You know, they ain't. I hands down, I give it to barbers. I've done a few, and it's just like I said. I say it humbly, like I view myself every day. Like you know, I want to be better even in today. You know, but man, there's those tacuache haircuts they're in style.
Yeah, bro.
They in style,
it's
man.
Fucking crazy how it wildfire,
wild,
bro. Just
everywhere.
Scorched earth, nothing but tacuache haircuts. I was like, shit, bro. I honestly, I was like, man, I might just have to just start shaving my fucking head again, bro. Just because I don't want to get the temptation. You know what I'm saying? It felt like something that was catching on too hard. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I feel like now with the burst fade and that stuff, it's kind of coming back to the kind of normalized fades that everybody back in our day used to get all the time. You know what I mean? But
you ever do that haircut? You know, like back in the day where they used to leave the little hair in the front and then zeros in the back,
just
like that. Fucking, you know what I'm talking about?
just a caterpillar.
Yeah, just the little. It's like a little front line. It's like that hanging out, and then they fucking.
You know what? Fucking scratch that.
You know what I'm talking
Fernando
about?
Vargas.
Yes, bro. Yes.
Hey, not even gonna lie, I had that when I was a kid.
Bro, we knew so many people that rocked that shit, and not only that, tell me you didn't bleach it. Did you bleach it?
I did.
No, okay.
There's only a few people in this life. There's one person that would have pictures of that. And I have not spoke to it. Man, I dyed it because when I was young, of course, I was real active, bro. And long story short, I loved boxing. Bro, I'd get up 5 a.m. I'd be on my runs in high school, bro. I was ready.
Yeah,
bro, I was on it. And so when I seen Fernando Vargas with it, I thought it was cool. I got the little bangs and the
yeah, that shit.
I would never do it again. Right? But you look back at it, but
that shit was big when that motherfucker at the time was big. That shit was big, bro.
I cut my brother's hair.
Yeah, he's making that motherfucker's making a comeback now. He ain't sporting the same look though, but he's making a comeback now with his sons. You know, they're all all heavy hitters. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, my man likes boxing a lot too, man.
Oh yeah, man, I fucking love boxing. It's a very fucking sad day today because I heard that the Canelo Jake Paul fight is signed.
Oh damn, I did not know that, dude.
Yeah, man, it's signed.
Damn, so, I didn't even know that, dude. Yeah,
so
I didn't even know that was in the works.
Yeah, so it still hasn't been officially announced. I forgot who the guy was. They were doing an interview and it kind of Eddie Hearn from DAZN, he kind of blurted it out. He's like, well, I just heard that the Jake Paul and Canelo signed and sealed for May. So they'll be fighting in May, and then the plan is for Canelo to fight Terrence Crawford in September.
that's crazy.
But I just can't, I understand. You understand a business move. You understand it's going to bring him 100 mil easy. 100 mil easy for Canelo, 100 mil for Jake Paul probably. Like everybody's gonna line up to watch that fool get knocked the fuck out.
Hopefully it's on Netflix.
Yeah, and
you know what I'm saying? That Tyson fight didn't go too good.
I cannot watch another fucking fight on Netflix. If they do that shit, hopefully they do a joint effort with the Zone or some shit, because I can't go through that shit again.
Yeah.
That shit was ridiculous.
Yeah,
you
that's
entice
wild.
us with a free fight on Netflix, and then you can't watch the fucking thing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I know, man.
It was
why I
weird,
did
man.
not know that though, dude.
Yeah, that news. I just heard that news today. Eddie Hearn was having I happened to be watching the press conference he was doing, and yeah, he's the one who kind of let it out the bag. So I imagine it'll be like officially announced soon.
You know what? I didn't even know that haircut came from that boxer Fernando Vargas.
I'm sure it didn't come from him, but he made it
He
very
sported
famous.
it the best,
Yeah.
probably.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
I did not know that, dude. That's when you said that. I was like, what? And then when we were on the same page, I was like, dang, I never even know that, dude.
Young, rich Mexican throwing down, fucking sporting the haircut, and the guy was a fucking young, good-looking fucking dude. Like,
Yeah.
you know these motherfuckers. It's like all the kids now. Hey man, give me the fucking Ronaldo. Hey, everybody with the fucking Ronaldo. You know what I mean? My godson was like, Shh. I was like, what do you want? I want the fucking Ronaldo. Like, so I don't know. I don't think you understand. This motherfucker has special hair. Like, he has $100 shampoos he's putting in his fucking hair. Like, your hair looks like a fucking he's got like a helmet. Like, his shit is thick, but it lays flat. So I like, son, it's gonna be tough. But Raymond gave it a crack, and he came up with some shit, and you know. But that's what it is, you know. If you had Fernando Vargas and the fucking Golden Boy, you had those two spectrums, because that's what it was, you know.
Yeah.
Golden Boy over here with his pretty boy, fucking comb over, and then you had the rudo vato over here, Fernando Vargas with the
looking
the frosted
crazy,
frosted eyebrow, bro.
187 style.
Yeah, bro, it's
That's
crazy.
wild,
And
man.
as long as nobody went fucking full Macho Camacho, I was cool with the Fernando Vargas, bro.
Yeah,
The
man.
Macho Camacho would have made me fucking sick seeing it on the streets and shit.
Yeah, that's wild, man. And you know what's crazy, man, is that, there's all these styles, right, that are coming up. And, like, do you have to learn these styles, or you just fucking know it? You see, like, hey, I got that. I can get that shit right now. How's that work out?
Do you have an idea already before you get into it?
Yeah, that's cool. That's a pretty cool question now, because it gets me into so I did my barbering online barely like 2 years ago. And so what I learned from it is, I feel like as a barber, man, I think that your learning and experience, it comes just from you applying yourself in the first haircut and every haircut you do. I mean, the things that I learned in the course were, I mean, they're just very standard things of how to hold, and very minimal things of fading with the 1, 2, whatever,
Yeah.
They don't get into detail on different haircuts. I think as you've grown now like with me, somebody will ask me for something, and I just naturally built such a habit of knowing how to use the scissors or the machine, or what method works better for me, and I just, whatever it is, my mind knows the tools, it knows how to apply them.
Yeah.
To create that haircut, I'm gonna do it with the tools that I know, and it just comes like, natural. But they don't teach
artistry,
you.
right? You know what I'm saying? A painter with his paintbrush.
He really is a painter.
Yeah, that's what it is.
When I went with him, I was just like, hey, what do you think, man? He's like, I got you, man. And he did me, bro.
He fucking hit you with the Edward Scissorhands. That cool?
He really did, though. He took care. I mean, and that's when I was like, I was like, damn, you look good. I feel fucking good, dude. I smell good.
Rick wasn't that used to it anymore.
No, I was club cuts guy.
Yeah, he was club cutting. You know what I'm saying? Out of me, him, and Fabian, like me and Fabian were always at the barber. Rick was really like, nah. He was more of a, let me style it into what I wanted, instead of let me get a sick ass cut. Yeah,
full hawks.
Yeah, you're more of a styler, and we're like just faded in, and that's what I want my hair to look like. So,
man. But my man does good though.
No, yeah, for sure, man. I've got cut, so I know.
No, but I'm just like, for me though, I was just like, what do you think? He's like, I fucking, you just like,
yeah, I know.
It was funny though, man.
That's just fucking funny, man. So tell us about the spot now. I know you want to, you got a nice spot now that you're cutting at. Tell us about the spot and your people and the people you work with and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely. So we just actually changed our name to
Legado,
which means legacy in Spanish, right?
Yeah, I like that.
I love it, bro. Man, Juan Vasquez is the owner. Solid, bro. Man, I would. It's like, it's just back reflecting real quick. It's crazy how God works, man.
Yeah.
It's I just say that so serious. It's just so amazing. Like, I can't. He's just pouring into my mind lately, and I ended up meeting Juan. So I got there real quick. I cleared my situation, all that stuff legally. Man, I handled up, thank God. And I want to come out here, and I seen this shop. I'm looking through shops, and I heard about this different shops, and I'm like, I know what I want. I want something. I want a punch, bro. Like I want something to just. And I see this barber studio. It's called Apollo Barber Studio at that time. And I'm like, let me call them. I don't want a haircut. Let me ask them if they got any chairs available. And I called them, and Juan Vasquez answered, and he's like, man, you know what's crazy? We're just actually looking for another guy. It was just him and the other owner. Yeah. The other owner is actually departed, and I heard he's got his own new shop coming up. Actually, yeah, it is coming up somewhere over, I don't know where, by the HEB off of Waterley and Midkiff. Yeah. But I talked to Juan. He's like, they interviewed me. It was so wild. And because they were really particular about who they wanted in there, and man, they gave me the opportunity. And I've been with them for about 1.5 years, and man, I look at Juan like a very solid friend, man. And he just recently, because of the ownership change, the other guy's leaving, they labeled it Legado. We're locked in there for 5 years, bro.
Sick, man. Sick, man.
That's the biggest blessing. I'm telling you, like, bro. This last year, I've been gunning, bro. Yeah, man. Focus, running. I lost my grandma. That amplified my fight even more, bro. And I'm just like, man, like, and I bounced back from that. I'm just looking, and in December, we didn't know. We didn't know if it was in the air, because that being downtown right now in that area is, and it's you gotta be blessed, bro. Like, come on, that was the first barbershop in that building. Yeah. So they didn't want all kinds of crazy traffic. They wanted a solid shop. Yeah. And I was kind of nervous too. I was like, man, I hope, what am I gonna, I'm not ready to go start my own studio. Yeah. I like this where I'm at. There's a gym up there. I run around the courthouse every morning. Yeah. Right. So man, this past December, they gave Juan that opportunity, and they extend. We're there locked in 5 years. That's dope, guaranteed. Man. Yeah,
dope. And it's an amazing spot, bro. It really is.
Yeah, bro. I mean, especially now with the Longhorns and shit now, bro. Yeah. Like, and my man's cool, like he said, like, he's a really nice guy. He's, every time I didn't really meet him too much till recently, but every time I come in, just really nice, high, and really cool, man.
There's a reason he's getting the opportunity. Obviously, yeah, he's doing shit right. Mm-hmm. You don't get that kind of opportunity unless you're doing shit right, because there's somebody else in the fucking wait, just waiting.
They came up through Esau. Too. Yeah. So they're all like,
Esau, cool, man. Esau's got, he's like a big old tree, bro, with branches just growing out of him, man. He's a really cool dude, and that guy gives off nothing but good vibes. You know what I'm saying? And so anybody that Esau, like, when Esau puts a name on somebody, puts a name out there, and like, man, people listen. So he's a really dope dude.
That's cool though, man. I mean, I know. When I walked in last time, I walked in your room and I saw the fucking Longhorns there. I was like, oh snap, bro! I want those things quick. You know what I mean? Man. But that's cool though, man. I mean, I'm glad y'all are doing big things now, and changing and all that stuff. I mean, that's cool, man. Everything's good, and you look happy every time I go in there. You're busy, bro. You got people coming and stuff that's like dope, that, bro. So I mean,
you don't work a day in your life. You're doing what you love. You know what I'm saying? That's what it really is, man.
So what do you think? Like, what would you say to like people that are coming up barbers? What do you think is like a hard thing for them to do, or what kind of advice could you give them? I guess in a way.
For sure, I think, man, take the license thing serious. I ran from it for so long. I could care less what people thought. You cutting without a license. Because honestly, at the time that I did decide to take it serious, they'd be like, TDLR's coming. I'm like, boy, I got $100,000 warrant, man. Are you come on, man. I ain't worried about that shit. Give me a little ticket. Let them come give me a ticket. But the truth is, man, I think that if they're gonna take it serious, I would definitely look for routes with either family or financial aid and a school where they're gonna start executing that decision, because it'll play a big factor. And I think it's just the right choice. And don't get me wrong, you do learn a lot of things in the course itself. And I think I just if to a barber, it'd be stay consistent. they barbers got to work. You know, you got to want to get up and grind, man. Even if it's like, bro, when you start from the bottom, like you can't just, you know, get there at 10 o'clock in the morning and think, nah, you got to get there at 7. You got to, you know, be the first one there, be the last one to leave. And that's very true. And that's how you build. I mean, I got clients from Odessa that come see me, bro.
Yeah.
And it's just like you were saying in the beginning, right? That, you know, that relationship that you build. I got some solid dudes that drive from Odessa to cut their hair with me.
And now the question, so they calling you by your old name or
So that's so funny, bro. Once that was clear, so people out here would know me by Drew. Yeah. And it's so funny. I'm like, nobody. If you know me by Drew, then you don't know me.
Yeah.
Not no more. And you know, right? With all due respect, but that Drew's gone, man. He's gone. And so at that time, so my name, it's not even Drew. We're talking about my barbering name. I went by Alex. Yes.
Oh snap!
I went by Alex on the Wild, bro. It was so funny. Everyone, Alex, and that was my name, Alex on the Wild. It was so funny, you know. And some of the once my situation cleared,
yeah,
for sure, I was like, I told my clients, you know, I appreciated my name,
yeah,
my freedom, so much more. So it was just like, I'll be honest with, I was like, when my clients would be like, I'll be honest with y'all, you know, it's just, my name's Andrew and I was going through a situation and it's just so funny to just be honest about it and be like, they're like, your name's not Alex?
Like, shit, bro. I just imagine.
This guy's just playing games, man.
But man, yeah, I'm very appreciative. And the point of that is, man, I've always tried. I mean, I'll be, as a barber, I mean, maybe others won't admit it. We all have bad days. We all have cuts where I feel like, man, I could have done better. I should have took more time. You know, I need to be here on more, like whatever it is, right? And my thing has always just been like, I try and be consistent, try and make that, you know, at that time, like, this is what I'm doing. I got to be the best at it in this moment for this client. And that actually got me solid clientele. I've been cutting dudes for like 2.5 years now that come from Odessa over here.
That's badass, bro.
But yeah.
And you cut our buddies. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You cut our buddy Fabian's hair for a while too. I think even longer than I've been to you.
Yeah, I just cut him up too. Yeah, he was just there this weekend. I've been cutting him. Man, he's brought me some people, bro.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
They're Fabio. He goes by Fabio.
Fabo.
Oh, Fabio.
I pronounced it
My
wrong.
man changed his name on us, baby.
No, Fabio.
It ain't the first time.
Yeah, I've got a lot of people like, hey, Fabio, I seen Fabio's hair. I've seen Fabio's snap. I seen Fabio's this. I'm like, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's doing this thing for you for sure, man. And that's because a lot of people, I feel like a lot of people don't really, like the people that don't have barbers and the people that don't, you know, like appreciate that shit. You know, you got the motherfuckers who are like, man, I just do it in the mirror or whatever the fuck ever. They won't understand how much a fucking haircut, a good haircut can fucking change. I could go at lunchtime and get a fucking haircut, bro. And on my drive back to work, I'm like, damn, fucking, this is what I actually look like, not like a pendejo. You know what I'm saying? And people don't understand how much fucking change you can make in a person. Like, you talk about homeboy Vic Blends. You heard of Vic Blends?
Oh yeah.
Man, Vic Blends is amazing, bro. Vic Blends, I don't know if you heard of Vic Blends, if you've seen him. So Vic Blends goes out into public. He'll find a stranger, a kid. It could be a kid that recognizes him. It could be whatever, a homeless guy, whatever. And he's like, yo, can I cut you? And yeah, go ahead. They'll sit down. Obviously, they're always like, the people that don't know who he is are like, nah, man, I don't got the fucking money or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's free, man. I just want to chop it up. All right, cool. And they sit down. He cuts them up, bro. The fucking look on those people's faces, like some of the homeless people, some of that, like, you just change that person's fucking day, and you never know what that day is gonna snowball into. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, like, man, we give mad love to barbers around here. Obviously, you know what I'm saying, because we appreciate it. We appreciate that shit big time. So Vic Blends, like, anybody gets a chance to see Vic Blends, check it out. That motherfucker, like, what he does, it might seem small to everybody else or to the people that don't have never felt like, you know, uplifted by having a nice haircut or whatever. But like if you watch that fool shit, like you're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
And he's same thing as I said, like he's giving his own testimonials to people that are sitting and talking to him.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't even seen that.
Yeah, bro. He's letting them know. He's like, hey, God's gonna lead you on a better path. God led me on a better path. Some of the stuff that you want to hear from somebody that's up and maybe you're down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it's really fucking cool.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. If anybody gets a chance to check it out, man. And of course, Legado, you know what I'm saying? It is popping now. And we're gonna obviously Ricky will put it up. He's gonna post it. He'll do the whole thing on Instagram. I got one more question because this is just coming down. You know, the no tax on tips, brother. How's that gonna affect you? How's that gonna affect you? No, not just tax on tips, but I really don't know how it works for barbers, right? Because technically, you run your own taxes, right? And technically, that's what you're getting. You're getting tips. Your reporting goes through all that. So this is something that's just coming down now. Obviously, it was something that Donald Trump ran on big. You know, he's cutting a bunch of shit in taxes, and that's one of them. Mainly for the service industry, right? That's what it's for. So does that affect you in any way? Is gonna, you know what I'm saying? Have you thought about it? Or
I mean, they can be complicated, especially now. Like now that I feel myself growing. Like I'm not gonna lie. Like now I have to next year, because now I'm shooting for some bigger things, and then next year I'm actually gonna have to get a very good professional. Juan Vasquez is gonna actually get me, and I told him this year, like this year is okay, but next year I need a
accountant or something.
We need, yeah, because it gets more technical, right? You don't want the IRS coming and looking for you.
Next you know you're
that's the last fucking thing.
I'm on the run again.
yeah.
Nah, but the IRS is scarier than a motherfucker, bro. Those motherfuckers will snatch everything from
just
you.
out of nowhere too. They won't even
straight
boom,
up.
your checks fucking
Straight up.
on,
But
dude, so.
man, it'll be very interesting. Like I'm trying to ask like different, like we know how it's gonna affect like in the oil field, right? You know, no taxes on overtime. People are gonna be riding around fucking Rolls Royces, Lamborghinis and shit. And we know what's up. You know,
especially the Mexicans.
We
don't know how to act.
24s and fucking razors. There's gonna be razors parked at every fucking house. Fucking 4x4s. But we know how that's gonna affect. But I really wanna like eventually we'll get somebody from the service industry in the restaurant business or whatever. Like it's gotta be. I mean, it's gotta be something definite. Like I really was like, I have no idea how it's gonna affect barbers. Is it gonna be good? Is it gonna be bad? How do the tips get calculated? It's crazy shit. It's so much that goes into it because all our life, this is what we've known. Especially in our life, in our 30 some odd years, that's all we've known. Fucking taxes, and they go up, motherfucker, and that's it. They go up. It's not like it's crazy. This is gonna be some crazy shit.
Yeah.
So I was, you know, I'm curious about that.
Curious, but yeah, I get it, man. Oh yes, it's a lot. It's a lot going on, dude. You know.
Yeah, we're gonna have to chop it up once if you see a difference, we're gonna have to chop it up.
So like when you use Booksy, how's that, man? Is that pretty easy for you, or like you rather you like? What's that like using Booksy? Like you get the notification, we all know that, but like, is it like the best service you think as a barber, or what would you say?
I think it's the best marketing tool for us. It's the new thing for sure here, especially here in the US. It's just the app that was created. We pay a subscription, and people download the app for free, and they go on there and they choose your barber. You choose the time, and you know, they click the time, and on my end, I'll get a notification someone's trying to book, and I confirm it, and it's just that simple.
Damn,
it's so worth it too.
It's crazy
because everybody uses it. I feel like some people don't, but I know I see like a lot of people using it. And you're right though. Everybody goes to the photos and stuff
everyone uses, and it's funny. When I came out here 6 years ago, I was in Houston. I love Houston, bro.
Fast pace.
Can't go back. I can't. I'll stay over there.
Stay here, bro.
I'll stay. I'd go over there. I'd stay over there, bro. But so I was over there. I came over here getting my haircut for the first time. Went to the mall in Odessa. Oh, I couldn't get no one to cut my hair. I'll pay you extra. Like, no, you got to go through Booksy. I was like, what's Booksy? I didn't know what Booksy was. I didn't cut hair like that.
Well, same shit happened to me. And I was out here in the fucking streets. I was like, how the fuck do I get a cut? Booksy, bro. Like, what the fuck is Booksy, bro?
Yeah.
We all went through, like, when we were younger, you went through the awkward, hey, sit in line, motherfucker. Here's the line right here. And you sit here, you're the fourth motherfucker in line. And then you hope you're not there for fucking 3 hours.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? While they're cutting. And all of a sudden you show up, there's fucking 30 barbers. I know exactly what you're talking about because I went to Kofer's here. I went to Kofer's and I'm like, what the fuck? Everybody's cutting. Motherfuckers are drinking and shit. And fucking, it was a party in that bitch, bro. And I was like, I'm not used to this shit. I went to Cotton's Barbershop. You know Cotton's Barbershop or you don't know? It's a mainstay in fucking Midland.
I've seen it.
It's on Front Street. And
yeah,
Mr. Cotton owned it, and older white gentleman, like he owned it. They had their little break room in the back, and it was him. Man, I can't for the life of me remember the Mexican dude's name. You remember Mexican dude, old school vato, tat on his forearm, and the time where that shit's like it's straight prison tat. You know what I'm saying? At the time where there's nobody has fucking visible tats, and he's vato viejito with a big ass fucking placa right on his arm, and he's cutting up too. And then Fidel bought it, and Fidel is a newer age barber, but he still ran it the same way. But that vato was, man, he's straight Tejano. He was one of those fools. Yeah, man.
I gotta meet that guy, man.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in years, but that barbershop is still fucking standing. And I don't know if that guy Fidel still has it, but I cut my fucking hair there, man, till I had to be at least like 16. And then Fabian actually is the one who got me into fades and all this shit. I had a fucking bowl cut before and all this shit, and Fabian got me into fades.
Paul Wall and shit.
Yeah,
like
you know,
shit,
we were
you know
buying,
what I mean?
we were putting aluminum in our teeth and shit. But you know, it's funny. Something Fabian might have mentioned to you or not, whatever that. If I feel like if that vato would have really pushed it, he would have been a really good barber. Because at the time when we were youngsters, 18, around that time, he would fade me up with just a shaver. So you get a shaver and he'd fade me up. He'd
his backyard. We'd be lifting weights. And he'd cut
we'd all be
hair.
shirtless and shit, just back there getting faded up.
Yeah.
Nah, but it's fucking funny. Like he got me into that shit, into caring about, you know, getting a fade, getting my shit lined up, make sure it was straight. And but before that, it was the old school fucking pole outside the door and the line. You know,
that is true though, because there was like a lot of people, right? You'd have to wait for a while and get in and stuff like that. I mean, that's true though. I guess
I'd have to sit my ass there, and then, hey, Mr. Cotton, let me borrow your phone. Pick up the dial phone, vato.
Oh damn, that's old.
Amá, ven y recógeme. That's how fucking damn I feel old as a motherfucker saying that, but it's the truth. A old brown fucking phone, which the youngsters, anybody who's fucking probably 17 or 18 and under ain't gonna know what the fuck I'm talking about.
I never went there. I was a club cuts guy.
Yeah,
you know
yeah,
what I mean?
I know.
So I never. But that's one thing about, you know, I liked going to barbers was because, you know, for a while I didn't go, and then I started going with you. Man, I just leave clean, dude. I smell good like that aftershave spray on my head. I want to just buy that shit just for cologne, dude. Like, because it smells really good, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then he blows they use the blower on you.
Yeah.
You know, I just want to fucking, you know, but it's just crazy.
Hop it up a little bit.
Yeah, man. But nah, man.
I mean, I think we're getting to the end of this, Andrew, man. Man, I appreciate it, bro. The story's legitimate, man, and the come up is legitimate, brother.
Yeah,
we appreciate the time. Thank you for coming, man. And the story was amazing. I know everybody's gonna appreciate that shit for sure. All the listeners. So, man, thank you. Thanks for making the time for us, bro.
Man. Thank you. We're gonna put all your stuff out on the bottom descriptions. You know, Booksy. I don't even want to put the Booksy because I don't want fucking.
It's gonna get. It might get a little crazy.
Get a little hard, but I'm gonna do it, man. So I'm gonna put it on there. You know, check them out. Instagram, everything's gonna be on there. The guy's legit, dude. Look, check his stuff out. I shared y'all recently because I was like, I saw the cuts and everything. I was like, man, I gotta fucking put this out, bro. So I'm really happy for y'all, man, especially with you and Legato and you know, everybody moving up and doing y'all's thing, man. So it's really good to see you thriving. thriving, dude. You know what I mean? So I haven't known you very long, maybe a little over a year, but I've seen you grown so much, and I really appreciate the talks we have, and you know, I think we have a good little talk, you know, whenever we go see each other, man. So I appreciate that too, you know. So and I'm glad you made
cheating,
it.
Rick. Don't go cheating.
I
Rick.
don't. I'm a loyal guy, man. You should have seen how hard it was for me to leave the last lady. I was like, fuck, man, you know, like, but I got a barber, bro, and it was a whole nother thing, man. You know, so hit my man Andrew, man. He's a great guy, great cut, dude. You know, he's downtown at Legato, right?
Yes, sir. Downtown.
There you go, man. Look for the Pie Socials on the left side. You can walk right in, man.
Right
you know,
in, baby.
Get you a pie and walk in. But hey, but thanks again, Andrew. I really appreciate it, man. It's been a great convo, and I appreciate you, like he said, expressing yourself, man. So
yeah, that's big.
Yeah, for sure. No, thank you guys. I appreciate it.
yes, sir.
Appreciate everybody listening.
Guys, just wanted to come out here and say, make sure you hit up Underdog Wireline, man. These guys really know what they're doing. They got it going. I've worked with them personally on the field. I know you've heard me say it 100 times, but it's the truth. So look, they offer emergency shower trailers. They offer lay-down machines. They offer cool-down trailers. They even offer wireline, slick line, braided line, whatever you need. They probably got whatever line that you want, bro. So hit these guys up. Give them a call at this number, you know, and support them like they support us. This episode is sponsored by Collide. Now, you might remember Fraxat from our previous episode. The man's from Midland, he's a roughneck, and he built a really cool app called Collide. Now, this app is a community app for the oil and gas industry, where you can join forums to ask questions and to share information. Let's say you're looking for a job, you want more money, you want to move up in the industry, look at Collide Jobs. This app features impressive AI tools. It has a very advanced YouTube-like platform, and you can search any topic in energy videos. Look, this app even has an AI bot where you can ask questions and it will answer them instantly. So look, it's free. Sign up now at collide.io.